Hello the internet, welcome back to Waifus. I'm Sefhi, your favorite gambling addict, and today's topic is gonna be actually two divided things when it comes to, in my opinion, things that can help the game grow and get new players and also help everyone currently playing NIKKE. And it's going to be reruns in the game, why it's important we start getting them because NIKKE does not have reruns, and then also the 160 wall and why, in my opinion, and I think I speak for everyone here, it should be gone. The 160 wall is useless and does not benefit anyone. So that said, before we start, as usual, leave a like, subscribe, help me grow the channel, and we also have to thank today's sponsors, Top Up Life. It is time to chill, indeed. For those of you who don't know, Top Up Life is a platform that will allow you to buy any pack in the game for cheaper. So imagine you want to buy the $100 pack that includes 40 rocks, a bunch of pools, and a lot of gems. That is $100. That is kind of expensive. You can use Top Up Life to buy that pack for 68 euros instead, which is a big discount. And you can use coupon code Sefhi to get an even bigger discount. If you are wondering how this is possible, how do they get cheaper codes, I actually asked for their contract to make sure everything was alright, and they are a middleman between Level Infinite and Midas Buy, which is the only official partner with Level Infinite to sell you cheaper packs on the game. So they are working with Midas Buys to provide those codes, they will log it into your account and get them for cheaper, which is pretty simple stuff, right? So as usual, thank you to Top Up Life for sponsoring this video, and we can go back to today's video topic. And I feel we can start with the rerun issue in this game, right? Because reruns have always been an interesting thing. We've only gotten... Did we ever even get a rerun? I think we got one for SBS, and I might be tripping on this, I don't remember. Did we get a rerun for SBS? Because I believe it was like the only case where we got an actual rerun. Outside of that, I believe the only other time a day one character got a banner, which is not even a rerun, was Alice, which is another problem, right? We have 100 plus characters that never got a banner, all the day one characters, and then everyone else is not getting reruns outside of the collaboration with Nier and Evangelion. I think those are like the other two cases where we actually got reruns. Do let me know if I'm missing any other pilgrim that might have gotten one, or seasonal characters, of course, like summer and winter, get them once a year, but then there is nobody else that is actually getting those banners. Now, this is bad for new players because the moment you miss a banner, like an important one, you don't have a chance to get characters that clearly are meta defining, that clearly amongst the 150 units in the game or more are way stronger than others, right? Because if you are starting and you have a rerun that includes a really couple, good units, and then you have something like the current banners, which is the trio, where are you gonna be pulling? I'm just saying, are you gonna pull for Bestie, the PvP character that in PvE she is kinda ass, or are you gonna be pulling for a B3 that can actually carry your ass? In my opinion, it will benefit absolutely everyone. The way some games, some other gachas handle reruns, it's different. For example, you have games like Lost Sword, which is, there is no limited characters and they do reruns constantly. So there is always 3-4 banners at the same time. And then you have other games, which is my preferred way, in my opinion, which is Trical Revive. Trical Revive will have like a normal right-up character, and then they will have a second banner that includes 3 to 6 characters, and you can select which one you want to be pulling for from that pool, and then you can just get dupes for that specific character or go for the newly released unit if you prefer. I think that would be a way better way of handling reruns. Just putting a banner with 5-6 characters, you can select which one you want to be going for that month or for those 2 weeks or for the new unit if you like them. I feel we're at a point where the wishlist alone doesn't cut it. Clearly we're getting more and more banners, and the rewards we are getting are not increasing accordingly. Again, the best example is this triple banner getting 2 multis only for 3 banners. That is way too fucking much in my opinion, like way too much. So I think reruns have to start happening, not only for day one characters, but also for specific pilgrims and important units that clearly everyone would benefit from having. Because Shift Up doesn't buff units. They do not buff characters. The only way they will buff a character is via treasures. So if you start playing when there is a banner that is not that great and you don't have good characters early on, you are fucked until you get lucky or until they run a meta banner. And considering that the combat power gap gets really big really fast, you will get stuck in campaign sometimes for months. When it comes to new players, it takes like what? More than a year to catch up to the current story? That is fucking awful. And in the same regard, we can also talk about the 160 wall. The 160 wall didn't even make sense when the game released. Like, it didn't even make sense back then. But nowadays it's even worse because it's absolutely stupid. Like, imagine you're a new player, you start playing the game, you can get to level 160 a lot faster nowadays. But you will be stuck until you get 5 characters with 3 copies. Now, I know about what some of you might be thinking. Oh, Sefhi, I got lucky with the 160 wall and I passed before I reached 160. Yes, and just like you, there is plenty of people who got stuck there for months, right? Months. Just because some people are lucky does not remove the fact that a lot of other people will be unlucky, okay? There is RNG in this game. Most people do not want to be pulling only on the rate up banner with gems when there is releasing a new character every 2 weeks. Let's face it, okay? People are playing this game for waifus. They don't want to be pulling on the standard. They want to be pulling for the newly released game. So I think the 160 wall by today's standard makes no fucking sense. I feel it's stupid, even while giving a free character every 6 months, because they are giving one, is not enough. I'm gonna be honest, I think a base SSR character, their base max level should be 200, and then when you get 5 characters to 200, you should directly unlock the synchro, rather than having to do this bullshit of, oh, let me wait for a couple months until I can get lucky with my pulls, or I spend money, or I only pull on the wish list in order to try to get this, which the wish list is not solving the 160, by the way. The wish list is still pure RNG, and there is way too many characters that you can't get in here. Like, it can still take you months until you get lucky enough on the wish list where you get 5 characters at MLB, right? So I don't think this is like a solution to anything. I think it's gotten easier nowadays between the free character, between getting Naga, Litter, and Alice for free with multiple dupes, but it still takes a lot of pulls, right? So I think it's gotten easier, but at the same time, it's pointless to have. It makes no sense to me. Like, I cannot think of a single reason as to why the 160 wall exists 3 years into the game, when we're trying to get new players that can enjoy the game, and they are getting fucked by being stuck for weeks at a time, every single time. Like, imagine a new player starts playing, likes the story, and has to wait 3 weeks because they are not strong enough. I think they did mention that the story will get even easier for players moving forward in the future, but that still doesn't fix the 160 wall. Still, it is what it is. Shift up shenanigans. I will never understand some of their decisions and what they're doing them. But all that Japan aside, that was what I wanted to talk about today. Both reruns and the 160 wall, why I believe we need to start getting reruns, and why I believe we need to remove the 160 wall, which is fucking useless for absolutely every player in the game. That said, Shift Up, can you also post, please, the bunny announcement? After they posted the collab, they went silent. They haven't said anything, they haven't posted anything outside of the solo raid being booked, which is it's custom at this point, right? Every time there's a solo raid, it has to be booked. But they haven't said anything. I would be happy if we're getting a Moran as a bunny. I'm gonna be 100% honest. Maybe a bunny Ain even I will take. A bunny Aid. I don't know. There's like a few characters I will take as bunnies. Let me know which ones you want to see as bunnies. And as usual, we are live every single day. Link in the description down below. Good luck with your pool dinner rates. I'll see you in the next one.